Hello everyone and welcome to Sabastion ToyCon, the first episode, you know? Because I'm a unicorn. Today we are going to be reviewing King-Ohger and God Kabuto combo pack from hold on. Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. Yeah. I don't know why I'm clapping. This box is huge. Like, I'm using my phone as a camera, but this box is huge. On one side, it's Kabuto. On the other side, it is pretty much the first 10 Zords. That's right, there's 11 Zords right here. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? It's supposed to be 11. Where's my... Oh. 11. Sorry, there's a thing in my way. So we're going to unbox this and see how it goes. So ready? Alright. This thing is huge and I know you can't see it. So we're just going to take off this first part. Come on. Oh. Alright, let's change things up a bit. Whoa, look at all of the bugs. Okay, so starting from the Red Ranger, going to, whoops, red, blue, black, red, well, starting from the Red Ranger and going over, this is God. Just readjust his legs so he's standing up, which I can no longer do anymore. Okay, we'll have him like that. This is God Kawagata, God Papillon, God Hachi, God Tonbo, and God Kamakari. So basically you have a stag beetle, butterfly, wasp, dragonfly, and a praying mantis. I know praying mantises are supposed to be green, but this is Super Sentai or Power Rangers, and it doesn't matter, they need to match the Ranger set. For the sub-gods, we have 2 spiders known as Kumo. They're different colors because they're going to go on different spots on the Zord itself. We have 2 ladybugs. Oops. They're both the same, as you can see. They're both the same, it doesn't really matter. And this is known as God Tinto, and of course God Ant, which is just God Ant. So he's very tiny. One of the smallest bugs so far. And I'm going to show off the articulations of each one. So we'll start with the wasp, which is, if I'm butchering Japanese names, I'm so sorry. Which is God Hachi. As you can see, there is ball bearings. So it does like a full rotation and goes around. The tail also swivels. As you can see, there's a little locking peg right there, which is kind of cool. And of course, you can have it go stingy sting, 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 sting. So that's Hachi. Next, we'll go to Praying Mantis, which also has a locking peg right here, but they have more points of articulations. I think that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of stops at 4 little clicks. We have a head on a ball bearing, which is kind of nice. Got little arms, which are free to move and are only blocked by the round part. and this little black part here, which is kind of new, cool. And of course it goes up and down for that one. And that is God Kamakiri. Next we're gonna go after God Tanbo, which is the dragonfly. Points of articulation are basically just the wings. They both do the same thing. So just kind of go up and down. Not much more for articulations, although this is pretty cool for a dragonfly, gotta say. Next up is our butterfly. Parts of articulation is of course the wings, which can go all the way up and all the way down. But it's stopped by the feet, which have a articulation of going around, and then it gets stopped. There's also a ball bearing here, which is part of the head, but that's something totally different. And that's a papillon, which is French for butterfly. And then of course we have the stag, well, not the stag beetle, but it's technically the stag beetle. Points of articulation is a ball bearing here, which kind of gets stopped at this point. The wings come all the way out. They just stop right about there. Kind of latch on there. These are attached on ball bearings, so they have free motion. Of course, this is set on a pivot here. This is a rotating bearing, which goes all the way around. And these are pivots that will go 180 degrees, as you can see. But that also like messes up, and it's the same on the other side. Kind of messes up my like little stand. So, yeah. And then of course the last ones would be the two gomos or the spiders. They're both the same, just swapped color designs. I'll start with the one that is going to go on top of the Zord, which is the chest plate. As you can see, it has free motion and it stops kind of abruptly at spots. So it goes from 190 degree to the other. And of course, there is a latch here and two more latches on top with a special peg latching if my thing focuses on the bottom. Now combining this is pretty cool, and I'm going to show you a little surprise at the end, so let's go. You saw the little surprise. Let's go though. So first off, you're going to start with the wasp, going all the way till it stops here. As you can kind of see, there's a little square thing right here, kind of stops it. Fold the wings in and just turn so it's angled. That's 1 foot. Praying mantis, same thing, just bring this all the way up. It stops at the first click. Bring this part down, which is the I forgot what it's called. I say it's the bug butt, but you can bring it all the way forward. You can just leave it like this. It doesn't really matter because again, it's going to be slanted. So it's best to kind of leave it like this, and then you want to bring the entire torso up. Make sure these are up so that way when it hits it, it's kind of sitting nice and snug. Grab this spider and just do this. That's all you gotta do. Yeah, the spider can be left alone. Dragonfly. Just take off the tail, just like that. There's nothing more you can do with this. Then for this, just grab the head. Don't grab this part because you'll take off the ball bearing as... Oh, well, I was able to take it off, but sometimes, like since it is on a ball bearing, you can accidentally take it off when you do that. And then there's the butterfly. As you can see, complete down. But we will, look at that, later. Set those off to the side. Now bring in the God Kawagata. Kawagata. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna split the leg pegs. Take the pincher part. Bring that. Like you're gonna bring everything forward. Take the wings, put them back down so they're like that, but split them so they're nice and plush with the wings. Move these out of the way so you can rotate these almost completely. I like to leave one click up and then bring these forward just like that. Just rotate them, bring those to about there, so a little bit above the shoulder, kind of stopping there. Bring these forward and then go boom and boom. Straighten out the arms just like that. Take little feet, flip them over. Same thing with the other side. And then there you go. So again, take your foot, so yellow is going to go on the right foot. And that is basically taking the little sliders right here, which are grips, attaching it to the hole, just kind of shoving it in until it clicks. Also leave a click on the foot. If I bring the camera up, so you're gonna bring this over and bring the feet across, horns up. Doesn't matter if you do this now or when you put it on. There is a peg right down here, peg on top, so you got an open and closed peg. It's kind of pop. And now it seems kind of naked, so you're going to take each ladybug and attach it to the hands. There is 2 little slots, as you can see, which will go on the hands, which look a lot like this, as you can plainly see. And you want to do the top 3, so here and here. You don't want to do the bottom one. And make sure the head of the ladybug is pointing up. So 1 and 2. You're going to take the red spider with silver legs, put it on the bottom, again with the open peg here. And there is a closed peg right there. And click. Same thing with the tall one. Peg there, and it's going to latch onto these 2. So click. As you can see, it's latched onto them. Turning it around, you'll notice a peg. You'll notice that the peg is now split. These are the wings. It's gonna go with this peg, but right here is a little slider, which is right there, so that's gonna just slide in. Just make sure the wings are out of the way, and then it will click into place. And then last but not least, you're going to take the butterfly and this. There's a peg at the bottom of that, and a peg on top. Gonna just go boop. You're going to take your ant, facing up, making sure it is right on that one, which is at least 2 away from the tail. Click. Little peg right here, which will go into the hand slot. And ta-da! Oh man, look at this thing. This is huge. It is also one of the most posable zords, like the posable like Sentai mechas in existence right now. The second one being the Avataro Sentai Dawn Brothers, but this one is a lot more posable than that one because just the points of articulation on this thing is just ridiculous. Like all the points of articulation are, whoops, malfunction. So all the points of articulation are like on the Red Ranger. So like this, like completely goes up all the way. Just a fist in my way. So yeah, it kind of stops right there. The legs kind of stop right there, but if I full on knee bend, same thing with this. That's how far the knees can go. These are on ball bearings, so they can rotate completely. Like this whole Zord is very posable. It is very posable. I like the fact that it's this posable, which is amazing. You don't find that a lot in Zords. In the Hasbro brand, you do, because it's Hasbro and they tend to get a lot of posable toys, so that's kind of one thing. The special surprise I wanted to show you guys was this. This is the this was like a special when it came to Dawn Brothers. It is a special attachment that you put on. As you can see, there's like no ball bearings. It's just a mask that kind of clips in. So you're gonna take it, clip it right behind here. It just clips into place, and then to be a little bit more accurate, just kind of fold the back antennas in, and ta-da! Done, King-Ohger! I mean, this is still like an amazing Zord, like however you want to call it. It's still pretty cool. It is very, very posable. I love the fact that that almost all the Rangers have like the same color scheme, so it doesn't matter like who's the ruler, but each Ranger like plays a part in the Zord. Of course, the purple and blue Rangers are like part of the weapon, but they're also like the head and the wings. And then you have the yellow and black Ranger, the yellow and black Ranger being the feet, and of course the Red Ranger being like the permanently Zord part, which is to be expected, but there's also like 10 other parts that they need to make the Zord look the way it does, and I really appreciate how it looks. It looks phenomenal. It's not difficult to put together, as you saw, but it is like still kind of difficult because you are dealing with like this is like the smallest part. You do have pieces that come off fairly easily that children can swallow, like the head. So I wouldn't recommend this for like small children, but I would recommend this for like, you know, like the collectors and so on. But this is King-Ohger with the Dawn King-Ohger attachment. So yeah, alright, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Sabastion ToyCon. Tomorrow we are going to go and attach and review the gold Kabuto beetle, which is different from the Wagato Kuwagato beetle But yeah, so stay tuned. Okay. Bye.